Here's another podcast from the Pod Bros Network.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Dam Cast. It is Jeff and John in studio in beautiful cold Wyandotte, Michigan. The Pod Bros studio at the DCA. We are freezing.
Yes.
It's a really cold day in Michigan. We had a terrible snowstorm yesterday, and today it's
still cold.
It's really cold. So we were at 10 degrees earlier today.
Sweet.
That's Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
We're not sure what it would be in Celsius.
Yep, we might live next to Canada, but we don't care too much, right?
No.
So like, I know, I think in the 20s or something, that's like usually the 70s around the same time. Like it's like 22 degrees.
Wait, if it's 20 degrees over here, it's 70 degrees over there.
Yep, they literally burn.
Celsius. Zero is freezing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's the only thing I really know about
The only
Celsius.
time when Celsius and Fahrenheit have the same exact temperature, I think, is when it hits negative 30.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
makes
only
sense.
time it lines up correctly. So anyway, enough about talking weather. We are doing a review on Jean-Claude Van Damme's Behind the Doors, right?
Yes.
That's the name of it. Finally got this. We've been waiting for this forever.
Yes, and then we had to get a damn region-free DVD player to watch it.
Yep, we found it in America. I actually found it off of eBay through like one of the many Salvation Army type accounts.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah.
Good scrounging.
Thank you. Found it at a really good price and had to buy it. And we are very happy that we got this.
Yes.
So we're reviewing episode 1 today. And I don't think each episode has its own title. I don't know.
Didn't seem to.
At least
we
on
may
the
we may
DVD,
just be stupid.
Yeah, well, we don't know the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So let's take a look real fast.
The temperature is cold, all right?
It is freezing. Oh, okay. So episode 1 was named Lucky, which makes sense. In this first episode, Jean-Claude breaks down in tears as he revisits the church where he had an epiphany as a child, an event that changed his life forever. He travels thousands of miles to play Napoleon in a Russian film, only to discover he's actually playing himself and has to be beaten up by a transvestite who forces him to swap clothes. Well, that
all did happen.
It did happen, but that...
I don't consider that the best of synopsises.
Not really. It was originally released, apparently, March 22nd, 2011. I don't know how true that is. I guess so. Anyway. So, yeah, this is our first time we've actually sat and watched something, I think, maybe together. Have we ever watched another Van Damme film together and then did a review right after?
Did we do Street Fighter 2 together? I don't think we did.
No,
Street Fighter, I mean.
No, we didn't.
I can't think of anything we watched together.
Yeah. So we watched this together, held hands a little bit.
Just like JCVD would do with one of his
crewmates.
One of his
crewmates
or family
kids.
members. Yeah,
man. Very
or a dog.
Or a dog. Yeah. And the name Lucky, that's the dog that they adopt when they're in Bucharest. And it has worms. It's bloated. And they talk about watch to make sure the dog goes poop and the worms come out.
Can you watch him when he goes poo-poo?
Yeah. Man. Van Damme, watching this, we didn't exactly know what to expect, except we knew it was going to be good because we've seen the clips and whatnot.
And it was even better.
It was even better. Yeah.
It is so
absolutely
amazingly entertaining to watch.
Yeah, high energy. He is a very energetic guy. And you got to give it to him for all the stuff that he does. I don't even know, I didn't take any notes or anything. There's just all this is going through my mind. The synopsis is kind of what happened. He was in Bucharest to film what's now called Assassination Games, and he's with his kids, so they talk about his son does a good job of being like, people are going to criticize me because this is my dad, and this is the only way I got in the film, but, we're going to take it, and we're going to roll with it, and then if... hopefully it kickstarts and I start getting into movies by myself. So at least his kid kind of like, he knew it.
Yeah.
But he was also kind of like, so what?
Yeah, exactly. It's how I get my foot in the door.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you can't blame him on that. And
No.
then,
He's not bad either.
oh yeah, no.
Film's a good action scene.
Yeah, man. And it's kind of funny. It's really weird that like he seems the most down to earth out of everyone.
Yeah.
On the whole set, like he's just this nice young guy. And we see Van Damme goes and meets his parents, and how Van Damme has this
They're just
close
hugging the
relationship.
entire time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and
is that how? I don't know if that's how all Belgians are. Just
I don't know.
I always thought I was, huggy and touchy feely with my family, but like, yeah, they're just constantly hugging, holding hands, kissing each other. Like, oh wow.
Yeah, right. It was very
affectionate.
Very affectionate. Yes.
But then he's like that with his cast and crew members too.
Yeah, dude. So one of the highlights of episode 1 is his friend for over 40 years. It's like his best friend, and his friend pretty much is like his manager, kind of.
Yeah, his agent or whatever.
He helps him out.
His roadie.
Yeah, it's really his roadie. Like, and his buddy's hilarious, and he's a funny guy.
He's really good, especially with physical comedy.
Cracking jokes all the time.
I could see why he brings him around with him across the world.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And he also kind of like brings Van Damme down a little bit too, because during that little miscommunication where Van Damme's filming the cameo and he thinks he's Napoleon, he finds out that he's playing himself, and we reviewed it actually.
And it was funny.
And his buddy's telling him, like, Van Damme, you can see he's kind of getting a little bit upset about it. He's like, I'm actually playing myself and not playing Napoleon. And then they wanted me to fight, and then they wanted me to lose. And his buddy's like, you're an actor. That's what you have to do.
It's a comedy. You're an actor.
You're an actor. So think of it this way. People are going to see you do a comedic performance, and then maybe you can start getting into comedy films. And he does kind of mention that. He's like, I hope the Americans see
Yeah, he said it would be nice if an American studio would be brave enough to put me in a comedy.
Yeah, yep.
It's so true, because when you watch this, he's hilarious.
I know, man.
I couldn't stop laughing the entire time watching this.
Oh, dude, yeah. It was so funny. The whole thing's funny. I did anything stick out to you, particularly with episode 1?
Well, him bursting into tears, talking about when he went to the church after, finding his calling.
Yeah, right.
Wow,
as
this guy's
kid.
really intensely emotional.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And the fact that he actually spends his own money, has it dedicated to an animal shelter where he rescues dogs from across the planet.
Yeah.
There's like dogs in, dog wheelchair, 3-legged dogs.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Messed up faces.
Yeah.
He has a dog sanctuary. He takes them out to the beach. It was like really heartwarming.
The music that he listened to.
Oh, dude. He's like, I like to, it's a ritual. I
don't drive too
fast.
Chris does not drive too fast.
And then they listen to classical music, and then he like turns on. He's like, oh.
He's like holding hands with Chris as he's driving.
Dude, he's holding like both of his hands on poor Chris's one hand, like while he's driving. He's just a very loving person. Just
very affectionate.
And that's
and
what everyone says that's around too. Very loving, very yeah. Even the guy who takes care of the dogs for him was saying that.
Yeah.
Like, they said I love you to
They
each
said
other.
I love you to each other.
I was like, I want to work for her.
I know.
But no, it was definitely a fun first episode. I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. Obviously, I've seen some clips here and there on stuff, but it was nice to see this, and really cool to see just how you hear that he's an animal lover, but then when you see it, it's something else.
I didn't realize it went to that extent.
Yeah, right.
Big-hearted guy.
Yeah, definitely, and very, very emotional. You can see he gets very emotional when he talks about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about his parents, his mom. He talks about how basically she was the one who was confident with him when he was like, Mom, do you really think I can go off and be a movie star? She said, of course I do.
And they went to that every night.
Yeah.
He said that's insane.
Yeah. And his dad said, if you don't make it, you always have a place back here. And so that's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. He also loses his bag at the airport towards the end of the episode. The airport loses it, and you can see that they're starting to get a little impatient, but they get things taken care of. And if that's the craziest that comes out of this reality TV show, I'm not I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that kind of wraps the episode up right away.
Yeah.
Like it was. I think these are about 45 minutes a piece, and we're gonna do it just kind of like with the Time Cop series. We're gonna do one episode for one episode here. So we'll see how it continues to go. I think that was a good first episode.
Oh, I loved it.
It was a nice introduction, and it wasn't like the show automatically kind of makes you go, you already know who Van Damme is.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who Van Damme is, well, find something else.
Yeah, it'd be weird to be watching a reality show based on someone.
Yeah, that you have no clue.
Was, yeah.
Oh, there was another part too when he films the little in Ukraine in Kiev. He films the Napoleon cameo situation. Then he goes out to a charity fashion show
with a rich Ukrainian businessman type. It was like,
yep. And so then they go
get
party.
To see part of his nightlife. Yeah,
Yep,
you could tell he got pretty.
Oh, he got hammered, man. He got hammered. He's doing like the half eye, and he does the like A-OK.
He was smoking a cigarette. I didn't realize he smoked.
Yeah, that's another big thing on this too.
Do you have the Ukrainian cigarettes?
Parlement. Yeah, man. Yeah. Crazy to think. Like, and he even mentions that too. He's like, Hong Kong, all the action movie guys in between breaks are smoking, and it's not really good, but I have an addictive personality. But yeah, he's a funny guy, man.
Oh yeah,
funny episode.
It's just so dynamic.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Oh, I loved it.
So I can't wait to continue this. We had a bit of a scare ourselves because at one point the CD or the DVD almost like started to freeze and skip. It was like, no. But everything was okay. So smooth sailing, hopefully, for the rest of it. And yeah. So yeah, I think that wraps it up. Is there anything else from episode 1 that you can recall that we should talk about?
No, I just thought it was interesting seeing him behind the scenes and all sets for all these movies that, we reviewed. Like,
yeah, right.
And, of course, the vast majority of them were in Eastern Europe, so...
Yep, that was the joke. That was really the joke about it. And even the episode 1 had a car chase in it.
Yep.
In which Van Damme's son crashed into his own trailer.
And he said, I hope that's not my son.
I hope that's not my son. He goes outside and it's Chris sitting in the driver's seat and he's like, oh no, good morning to you too. But yeah, he had a good time. Absolutely wonderful. Fun show. I can't wait to watch the rest of the episodes. So that wraps it up. That's a short episode for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you can, if you're in the UK, apparently I think you can still see this on demand with certain whatever services you have.
Lucky ducks.
I know, right? So check it out if you haven't seen it already. If you're in the US, I'm sorry. You're
just
really
SOL.
Yeah, man. It's. I mean, it took forever for me to find this, and now that I found it, I'm glad
Guarding
I
it with
did.
our lives.
Yeah, exactly. It's like national treasure. So yeah. Enjoy that. Also, TeePublic, te.pub/lic/podbros.
Ooh, you went up an octave with that one.
Yeah, man, that one. Trying to change it up.
Up the tempo.
Yeah. Also, patreon.com/podbros. We have a super secret episode over there. For only $1, it can be yours.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to all our patrons that support us as well. Keep the lights on in the studio. And also, if you do your shopping on Amazon, please consider using our link. Just go to podbros.com. It's right there on the right side. Click that. Doesn't cost you anything, but helps us out in the long run. All right, that's enough. I'm John.
And I'm Jeff.
You've been listening to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Damme Cast. Jeff, can you please watch the dog so that when it goes to make a poo-poo that we see the worms come out?